Hello everyone. Now let's continue my previous thread and I will show you good examples on currency per pound against dollar, Australian dollar. Now, little context here. In previous videos I did slight mistake where I started to talk a bit more about fundamental events of these currencies and somehow messed this video up. So today I probably will go only on showing whether there are some trends and how these trends actually perform, rather than explaining nature of these currencies, because I think that will give you greater value if you look at it purely from trading perspective. But as I am saying, videos of fundamental analysis about these currencies of course will come. So with that said, let's go and tackle pound against Australian dollar. Now, to me subjectively, I think this is probably the best currency that one could trade. Why? Well, those price moves which are into this currency are spectacular. As we could see since the 1980, it made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 almost consistent trend after trend after trend. Of course, in weekly chart, in daily chart there will be some range periods, but still, look at these moves, look at the magnitude of these moves. That's stellar. Now, at that time you probably wouldn't be able to trade this pair on retail brokerage, but that's not our problem, right? And here we would see that this move actually continued to $2.6 per pound and then reverted to $2. Man, these moves are huge. These magnitudes are enormous. Then we had range period, but still then in early 90s we continued to large swings from 2 to 2.5, back to 2, and then almost to $2.83 per pound, and then revert back again to $2. Like, man, these moves are huge, and they are continuing to do that in those. They are not small ranges, these are vast ranges. For smaller time traders, that meant that there were enormous swings you could hit here early from everywhere. I couldn't say that that was a ranging market, because it moved from $2 to $2.25 and all these spikes, though. So that means that there were constantly flow of small trends here, and then it went from 1.88 to almost $3. Yes, that is enormous. That is enormous. And then, yes, there were no actually, I'm trying to find some range years, but there were no actual range years. So then it went from 3 to 2.3, then with some choppier markets it went from 2.3 to 3 again, but without much of the ranges. Here also it was not range. If we could skew this chart, we could see that it was not flat move. There were trading opportunities certainly in these markets. So even in early 2000s it went from wild swings from 2.9 to 2.3, then to 2.6 to 2.32, and yes, finally we find some ranging market in 2006 from June till March 2006, May, June, 2005 to 2006, excuse me, and then it went a bit drier up until early 2007, when it continued to trend to $2.7, then spiked in crisis of 2008 and continued large downtrend till mid 2011. I remember those markets, they were nice markets, yes. Then it went in some smaller trends. These were good trends for traders, I remember these trends, and then went in the huge moves up again in 2014, right up against 1.85, till early March, when again it went in some range period when it ended then late 2014. Then it went to 2.2 and then back in 1.6 around. Then it went into small trends steadily up until early March 2018. But still, these were trends for traders. These markets were tradable. It seemed that it was in the range if we compare this to previous years, but these are all traded markets. Maybe 21, 22 actually were not that good. Yes, in fact, this market proved more stable in 20 and 21. These were the worst performing years in this market, and let's just look how they performed in the 4-hour time frame. Let's just look at that. You could see it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I would say 12 here, 13, 14, 15, 16 quality trends in the worst performing period ever for GBPAUD Australian dollar. Now this is the best currency pair that you can trade, but you have to know risk management well, because volatility there is huge and large leverage will destroy you. And if you know that, this is constant money making machine, because even with worst performing trends in this year, it still made a killing. And if you want to know how to make money on that, make sure you are following me and stay tuned. Bye.